She's an activist, I'll vouch for that. She's an activist and a comedian. She can be seen on Comedy Central shows Stand Up, Stand Up! Give it up for Denise Munro-Robb! Know this many people. Hi. Hi, how are you? How are you? Don't you hate when people say, how are you, and they don't listen for an answer, don't you make them? The other day somebody goes, how are you? And I go, I'm a little depressed. She goes, can't you just say fine? I said, what kind of a therapist are you? I think I'm going to change my name to Whoopi Goldberg Jr. I think it'll help having relatives in business. It's true, in this town, it's not what you know, but it's who you know, right? Nepotism. My uncle got me this job, and I hate to brag, but I'm the new chief of thoracic surgery at UCLA. I lost the job. It was a mess, but I don't really want to go into it. You know how comedians get jobs doing warm-up for TV shows? I got a job doing that. Isn't it great? Yeah, for David Biscott. And I love TV. Have you seen a show called Unsolved Mysteries? You know that show? I just saw it. It was great. It was about the nomination of Dan Quayle. I can say that. Okay, good. You know that Murphy Brown thing? He said a child needs the benefit of two parents. You know, it didn't help him any. And that whole potato incident, it was so embarrassing. His English teacher joined the witness protection program. Did you guys know June 21st was the longest day of the year? Did you know that? Yeah, my mother came to visit. It's her birthday coming up. I said, what do you want? She says, all I want is you should be happy. I said, I can't do that. How about a toaster? Her favorite food is all you can eat. Yeah, I used to come home and I used to hear this. Oh God. She'd be eating Haagen-Dazs. And you remember this when you're little? You could poke your eye out with that thing. Remember that? Why don't they say something really scary like, when I'm old, I'm going to come live with you. Well, that's okay, just poke my eye out. She used to kiss my dad when he was sleeping, because that's the only time he'd let her. My dad was kind of religious, though, you know. I moved in with a guy, and you know what my dad said? He said, why buy the cow when you can get the milk for free? I said, let me graze in peace. He's very religious, but my mom used to say things like, my mom used to call me face of God. Isn't that great? And my dad says, be like Jesus. You know, it's a lot of pressure for a 5-year-old. You know? I like Mr. Potato Head, you know. But, you know, when you come home from school, most dads say things like, how was school? Or, you know, did you do your homework? You know what my dad said? He said, did you heal the sick? I got so tired of that. Finally, I came home one day and I go, well, yeah, I did cure little Timmy Dean of impotent. I did, too. What a wild 5-year-old. Yeah. My dad was an English teacher, and he was more interested in my grammar than what I was actually saying. Because we were sitting in the car once, and he goes, no, Denise, it was he who knocked me up. So my dad was Christian, my mom was Jewish, and they had a Jewish wedding, and you know the rabbi breaks a glass? When the rabbi found out my mom married a Christian, he made her walk barefoot on the broken glass. Is anybody married here? Anybody? So somebody must be out of this group. LA, you never know. Yeah. I was a bridesmaid in a wedding. Oh, isn't that fun? I had to wear a hideous purple bridesmaid's dress. I gave it to a homeless organization. But they had a wedding rehearsal, and right after that they had a marriage rehearsal where the couple practiced being married. They just sat in front of the TV till they fell asleep. My friend was registered at the Broadway. Isn't that stupid? It's like, if I get married, I want cash. I'm going to be registered at Bank of America. My mom never trusts me with cash. Either she gives it to me, she writes on it for deposit only. So at the wedding, you know, they sent me a videotape of the wedding, and I accidentally fast-forwarded, and I went right to the divorce. My boyfriend is Jewish, and he wants to raise our children, if we do. God knows we will, but he wants to raise them Jewish. And you know, but I love Christmas. I want to celebrate Christmas. So I said, okay, fine, Christmas will be just for me. Oh, look, another toy for Mommy. That's so good to Mommy. My grandmother was also very sick. You know, she was very senile. She used to eat dog biscuits all the time. And it really made my mom angry because she never touched the cat food we bought. Does anybody have a cat? Oh, thanks. My cat's here. Get him out of here. I want to see him. He's a sick animal. You know, I woke up this morning, I had a hairball on my pillow. It didn't really make me angry. It wasn't so much it was the hairball. You know what made me angry? Was that while I was asleep, and maybe I had a little smile on my face, you know, sleeping peacefully, my cat was leaning over me going, I'll show you this. You won't be able to see. Can you see? I have scars. This is from my cat. Seriously, while I was sleeping, isn't it? Oh, it makes me. He bites me all the time, and I asked the vet about it, and you know what she said? She said it's just a sign of affection. And just when a guy came and socked her in the eye, she goes, I'd like to meet my husband. She says to me, she says, does your cat have balls? I said, why, you want to fight him? Ad in the paper. It said, eliminate cat odors forever. They came over and shot my cat. But it worked. No, I would never do that. I'm a vegetarian. I became a vegetarian because I wanted to grow my own food. And I do now. Mold. I don't eat animals that were slaughtered. What I do is I find a chicken that's really weak. And I put him on the phone with my mother. You know PETA, People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals, you know that group? They send me pictures of animals being tortured, mutilated, experimented on, so I send them money. You know what they send me back? More pictures of animals being tortured. So I got them back. I sent a picture of me growing up as a child. I had the same expression as the animals. And now they send me money. But don't you hate when you send an organization money and then every month they want money from you? Like PETA or Greenpeace or Pacific Bell? And I don't wear animal fur. Never. I do have a lovely stole though made out of broccoli. Why is it okay to eat tuna but not dolphin? Because dolphin's intelligent, right? What does that mean? Is it okay to eat stupid people? Do I have like Dan Quayle quiche? Tonight after the show. Do you remember General Schwarzkopf's Storm and Norman? Remember him? Do you know what he likes to do to relax? I read this in People, so you know it's true. He likes to go hunting. Yeah, for a living he kills people, and to relax he kills animals. But one really good thing came out of the Persian Gulf War. They now have a Playboy channel in Kuwait where you can see the women doing naughty things, like working and voting. Do you read Playboy? Or look at the pictures, excuse me? You see the lingerie issue? I got the lingerie. These women are really beautiful. I hate them. But, you know, I learned something really important. I'm wearing my lingerie all wrong. You're supposed to have one breast hanging out. I went to the beauty parlor today, and there was nothing to read. There was like Mademoiselle, Cosmo, I'm really beautiful and you never look like me, so fuck you, Denise magazine. I love sex, though, and there's a sexist rumor going around that women don't like sex. This is nonsense, right, women? Yeah, but then I thought, maybe women who don't like sex are women who don't like their bodies. But then I thought, I don't like my body, I just go, here it is. I don't think much of it, but maybe you can do something with it. Yeah, I don't masturbate either. I don't masturbate because with unemployment so high, I don't want to take away someone else's job. If I were president, there would be no unemployment.